It's January the 4th and PIMCO have just paid me my monthly dividend. It was £22.49p, I think, but I want to put it into relative terms as to what that actually pays for me in terms of my outgoings, to give you some perspective as to where my dividends go and what they could actually be paying for. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to the channel already and you'd like to, then head down and do that right now. You won't miss a video, and like the video if indeed you do like the content and you like what I'm putting out there. I want this video to be more about income, put it in some relative terms so you can get some perspective as to where the income from dividends are going. And I'm going to look at PIMCO today. They paid me today. They paid me around £22.49. I'm going to show you the fund. I'm going to show you a little bit about it. It's a monthly payer. It has a nearest makes no difference 8.5% yield, and it's been paying for 19 years, I believe. So a great income fund. Certainly not something you want to be putting all your money into, just in case. If you're looking to steer a portfolio towards income investing and getting that drip feed in on a monthly basis, then PIMCO could be a good option. There's a couple more in the portfolio that I might just run you through as well, if I can be bothered or have time. But the PIMCO Corporate Income and Opportunity Fund will be the focus of today. We'll have a little look at the fund and we'll have a look at the dividend history. I'll show you the dividend as it came in and exactly what that kind of pays for. So I just want to put it into relative terms, what these dividends could be paying for in terms of outgoings on a monthly basis, being that I'm steering more towards income investing. And hopefully the video is helpful to you and puts it in relative terms, just helps you out, helps you get your head around the whole income investing world, I guess. We're heading there, go on Seeking Alpha, which is my preferred website for looking at stocks and shares and income funds and CES and ETFs and bits and pieces like that. We're heading there, have a look at the fund. There's a nice little article on Seeking Alpha about it. I'll quickly run you through the PIMCO website, just in case you want any info on there. But most info you'll need is on Seeking Alpha, and I'll show you the position I've got in it as well. Just again, shows you in relative terms how much you need in PIMCO Corporate Income and Opportunity Fund to receive that size of dividend each month. Right, first things first, PIMCO. Here it is, PIMCO Corporate Income Opportunity Fund. It is right here. It's actually had a huge dip. So the article I'm going to show you came out around November, and it was around the $18 mark. It's had a tumble again since then, but it's always had consistent income for 19 years anyway. Show the article in a sec. So I still think it's a good option, and you're just getting it at a really good value at the moment. So the article states that it was a 7.9% yield. It's not now, it's 8.5% because obviously it's dropped in value a little bit, but the yield and the dividend coming in is still the same. They do adjust the dividend every now and then, just ever so slightly, but not by a great deal. Anyway, for context, I have a position of $5,000, which is three and a bit, 3,700. So £3,700, $5,000 in this fund. Just gonna go into the dividend as well, because I said I would. So just for transparency, it was in the last 3 days. PIMCO Corporate Income and Opportunity Fund, £22.74. I said £22.49. £22.74 dropped into my account. So let me run you through the article, and then I'll just relate that to something in my outgoings that it pays for. So this is the article here. So again, this came out in November 2021. So last year, November, so recent enough, and it was a 7.9% yield at the time. So the key facts here are this guy, Rida Mora, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Rida Mora is one of the better known contributors and content creators on Seeking Alpha. He runs the High Dividend Opportunities, what would you call it, subscription club thing. So he focuses on high dividend paying stocks. So he is very well known and very well respected. He has said things like the 7.9, which is now 8.5% yield, PTY, is the best of breed with 19 years of consistent income. At the time, it was at a 52-week low. I said now it's looking even more attractive than that. And we've had industry-leading returns since its inception in 2002. So this article goes on about what it comprises of and a few bits of information about it. It gives you the graph to show that it's 16% down at the moment, and it was $18 at the time of this article coming out. It's now at 16. So again, just shows that it's better value for money. Now, the only drawbacks to monthly payers, income funds, CEFs and bits and pieces like this PIMCO fund, and it happened with AG&C not all that long ago, which is another monthly payer. If you scroll down on this article here, it talks about the recent distribution cut. So it went down 8.6%. He does go into why that shouldn't be too much of a concern for you, but it does say that the dividend was cut by 8.6%. Now, is that much of a concern when the dividend is already at 8.5%? For me personally, no. And if you're buying in now, you're getting it at a discounted rate anyway. But this article does go into it in great detail and tells you exactly why. So if we have a quick look at it on here as well, just to run through the basics. Now, if you're buying into income fund, typically you're looking at the dividends more than anything. So you have a forward dividend of 8.49%. That's what it's paying out. Payout ratio is 50%, which is looking pretty good, pretty healthy. And it is a monthly payer, which is just so lovely to see the monthly payers, because you just get that drip feed through. And if you get monthly bills, you need the monthly payers to be paying the monthly bills. We have 0 years of dividend growth, but we have, if you go into dividend history and go into max, we have a vast history of payments throughout. So you're pretty consistently getting that payment in. So this isn't the only income fund you should be thinking about or going into. There's plenty of others. Just for a quick example, it's not as good as PIMCO, but if I go back into my portfolio, I bought into one recently, which is the Octagon Floating Rate on Alternative Income Term Trust. They pay nearly a 10% yield, and they have been paying since inception, 2017. This fund was created, and they have been paying since then. So there's a few options. There's loads of options out there for income funds. Look for CEFs and income funds, and they should, with enough money in it, be able to build up and build up. Now, as I said, I got paid £22.74. To put that into context, my phone bill is a SIM only. I have the handset. It's a SIM only contract, and it costs me £20 per month. So essentially, PIMCO are paying for my phone. I do a lot with my phone, So PIMCO are giving me the opportunity to do everything I need to do with my phone, simply with just over £3,500 invested in it. In fact, 3.5 would cut it, would get me the £20, because I got £22.74. Put it into context, PIMCO currently, as they did in one of my last videos, are paying for my phone. I think in my last video, they paid for my breakfast or something, wherever I was, and it was £16 or something, I think. So PIMCO, as it stands, are paying for my phone contract. As you probably saw in my last video, I'm getting £175 per month in dividends. So they're paying for a hell of a lot. They're paying for the gas and electric, phone, internet, almost all, not council tax, but almost all household bills, excluding council tax. Now all I need to build up a big enough portfolio so that the dividends pay my mortgage. So that would be the dream. Anyway, so that's it. Just wanted to show you the fund, give you an idea of what they kind of pay for, put it into context, show you a little bit about the fund, give you an option. It's not an option you have to take, do your own research, for heaven's sake, but it's an option. That's it for in here. Hopefully there's a bit of perspective there, and hopefully you can see what is coming in from PIMCO, what that can then pay for. I did a video like this before. I was away, and I think I got £12, £16 or something from them, and it paid for my breakfast. It literally did. Like that morning, my breakfast was like 16 quid, my fiance and I. So it literally paid for breakfast. Don't think that video got a great deal of love, but I find these ones really interesting. So hopefully you've made it this far. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully you've got something from that. Hopefully that's put income investing into some sort of perspective, and that's kind of helps you. And if it has, fantastic. And as I said, you have enjoyed it and liked the video, please give it a like. Really helps out the channel, and get these videos, these kind of videos out there to the big boy world, and subscribe if you haven't already. But I'll leave that video there. I don't know what I'm going to do next week, but I'll get something out next week. See you later.